Hey, boys and girls, we're back at 50 Days of Sketching. We're on day 30, boxing. Man, I gotta tell you, I had a crazy day today. So, right now it's winter in the Midwest, and it's real cold. It's super cold. I've been having to pump my tires because the just how cold it is. It shrinks your tires, and it naturally just pushes air out faster compared to the summertime or when it's warm. And oh man, it's fairly dangerous if you're driving on the highway, like you're going 50-70 miles per hour with a very flat low tire, because what can happen, and hopefully it doesn't happen to you or me, is it can pop. The low pressure just can't handle the speed, and it just pops, and that could be a very bad crash. So yeah, today leaving to work, man, my low pressure tire gauge popped on, and I know I have two tires that have to frequently get pumped, but it's usually the front passenger tire. That one's always a leaky tire, so I just pumped that. I only had enough time to pump one, and I have a portable pump that's just lithium ion battery, and man, I pumped it. I still had a low pressure tire gauge. I was like, I still gotta go to work, because if I pump the other one, it's gonna take another 5-8 minutes. I'm gonna be late. So I was just praying, driving, dude. I was like, oh man, I better not crash anyone. But I made it to work on time, made it there safe. And I was like, the pressure gauge is still low, so I'll pump it when I get off of work in the parking lot and get work done. And man, I was like, alright, time to pump the other one. I have my own just regular tire gauge to see how high it is, and it is the other front wheel. But man, I turn my machine on, and it tries pumping, and then the battery level goes from full to 75% to 50% to 0% immediately, and nothing was pumping. No air was going through at all. The gauge wasn't even going higher. I was at actually 15 psi out of the 35, so I was nearly halfway gone. And I don't know if I was driving on the highway. Very dangerous. So make sure to pump your tires. Pump them before you have to leave for work. Pump them even if you don't think you need to, because man, I had to drive to a gas station. I asked the clerk. He said their machine's not working, so he sent me to another station. I went there. I paid my $3. It was frozen solid. I couldn't screw it onto my car. And I'm like, man, I should have went to the place I know where to go. That's free, but it was about 2 miles away. And I was kind of scared of driving all that way, but I had to anyways. And I pumped all of them. Yeah, just be safe out there if you're driving. Well, anyway, that's a little anecdote of today. It was kind of crazy. I was like real scared. I was praying so hard, man. I was like, God, don't crash this car, please. I'm just trying to go to work, man. St. Christopher, guide me safe travels. Whenever we're boxing, we're drawing a boxer. Enough about almost crashing my car. Yeah, I'm drawing a boxer here, and man, I love boxing. I fell in love with boxing when I recently just got my foot injured at a different workplace. A forklift ran over my steel toe boot, and it wasn't full speed impact, but he was braking and it wasn't in time, and I got hit, and my right foot got a microfracture, and I was on light duty at work for about 2 months, and they put me back, but I couldn't put my full weight on it because the bone wasn't fully healed, and it was a fast-paced grocery warehouse where you had to go get a 200 plus order for a grocery store or a restaurant. Very fast paced, a lot of walking, and after that microfracture, I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't walk consistently. I couldn't even run. It took me about 9 months to fully heal, and then I can fully run on it. It was terrible. I quit that job after. Ironically, before I got hit, I was thinking about quitting because I just didn't like it. But while sitting down and just being bummed out, I gained a lot of weight. I was stress eating, and I tend to stress eat from time to time. But I'm like, I need to learn how to do a light impact workout to lose weight, something cardio, because usually I rely on walking and running. The walking part was fine, but I get bored, so I want variety. And I couldn't do calisthenics, which is usually what I do, because my foot just couldn't handle my body weight and all the movements. So then I found out jump rope. Jump rope is actually surprisingly less impact on your joints than running. Running has a surprisingly high amount of force and impact on your joints. And then I started jump roping, and I'm like, okay, what's the next level to this? I'm kind of getting the basics of jump roping. It was a long process for me to get used to jump roping, especially since I was recovering from an injury. And then I'm like, okay, there's something called a boxer skid. It's just basically where you shift your weight left to right, alternate a foot. When you have your weight on your left foot, you bring your right foot forward a little bit, and then you alternate. You bounce twice on one side, bounce twice on the other. You could really do like 4, 2. I do 2. It's just to get a rhythm and to really shift your weight and use that. You're gonna use that agility from jumping up and shifting weight when you're doing movements like ducking, rolling, pulling. So jump rope is just a great tool for any athleticism. Yeah, you can do nothing. You can be a couch potato, and you can jump rope, and you will lose weight. You will learn a lot about agility and footwork, and there's just fun tricks. But yeah, and then when I mastered enough where I got bored of jump roping, I was like, what's the next step? And turns out the boxer step comes from boxers. Then I went this deep rabbit hole in boxing techniques and shadow boxing. And I'm no amateur. I'm not a pro or whatever. Not a coach. I'm just a guy who loved boxing, who fell in love with boxing. The footwork, the head movement, man, the setup, the mind games. It's called the sweet science, because if you don't know how to play the game, you will get smoked. And even Mike Tyson said it himself. The tough guys only go so far. It's the smart guys who win more, who go further. And I believe that with every combat sport. People might think, oh, boxing, some goofy guy that doesn't know how much about their brain, but it's actually pretty intelligent, man. It's called fight IQ, man. You only get that through experience and reviewing, and hopefully you have a coach to help you. But yeah, boxing, I fell in love with it, man. And it's good to hit the bag. You can actually learn a lot on YouTube. I learned from YouTube, and I never went to a gym, mostly because I didn't have money, and the other one is because I didn't have time. And you can learn a lot, man. I taught a few of my friends how to box, and they could throw some mean hits. We sparred, and no one got hurt, no one got knocked out, but the whole point of sparring is learning what works and what doesn't, and that's the closest thing. That's how you know a fighter is gonna be good in a real fight, is sparring. That's the closest thing to actually fighting. But yeah, sparring is fun. You have to get over the fear of getting hit, but there's a whole process that you can train yourself, and hopefully you're not in a toxic gym where they spar just becomes a real fight. I don't like that culture at all. But that is the end of the video for boxing. Hopefully you guys enjoy boxing. I know boxing has been a resurgence lately. It's been very popular since all these influencers have been hyping it up, which I think is good for the sport, but it brings a lot of I just don't like those clout chasers a lot. But more eyes to it, more younger crowd, which I think is good. The sport of boxing is growing, because man, it is some beautiful stuff. Well, anyway, that's it. You guys have a lovely day. We'll come back another day for the next day, 50 days of sketching.